All right, guys, first off, as always, good day. I'm glad you're here. So, again, just like the previous video, this is one that was from earlier. I do again apologize. I haven't posted this in a while. Um, you know, things happen, and I try to get these done as much as I can, as fast as I can. All right, so here we go. So here is your warm-up picture. Now, if your packet doesn't have this picture on it, then you have got the wrong video. Um, if you are without the packet and you know for sure, like I told you, you missed the one with the Russian octopus, this is the one then. Okay, so here it is. Um, the warm up is always basically saying that first off, what do you see? Okay, so what do you see in this picture? Look around, left to right, up and down. Um, on your paper, be sure to be specific. Okay, don't just put one thing because obviously there's not just one thing on here. What do you see? Look at the expressions, things like that. Okay. Uh, so, second question is, what do you think this artist is trying to say? Okay. Now, again, this is not that creature up there. That is not a squid. It is an octopus. How can you tell? Look at the tentacles. All right, there's 8 of them. Octopus, octo means 8. Okay. So, there's that. So, if you don't have anything, now you have at least one thing. And again, you just put one thing, you're not getting your full credit. Okay, so go ahead and fill that out. Pause this video as you do that. And if you're finished, then get ready for the notes. Now, here's the thing. Austria was in a very unique situation. Okay, the citizens in the country were from many ethnic groups. All right, many of them wanted independence. But the thing is, the government in Austria didn't want that, for their people. Um, when Prussia defeated Austria in 1866, this led to them being vulnerable to many attacks because, again, Prussia was very, very strong. And so they kicked around whoever they wanted, and Austria got kicked pretty bad. Okay. Um, Now, since they also upset Russia, their one time ally, no one had their backs. Remember during the Crimean War, the Austrians basically attacked the Russians because the Russians basically try to get close to Austria, and Austria's like, no, 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 that's you thing. That's you want to fight them, fight them. So they fought the Russian army, and they lost their one true ally. Now, the thing is, the Hungarians they attacked Austria, and they forced them into a treaty known as the Compromise of 1867. Okay, now that picture right there, that is the Austrian flag. Okay. All right. Now, with that compromise, the country became known as Austria Hungary. Okay, so it basically combined the two countries into kind of like a massive one. Thing is, they had their own legislature. Okay, each side had their own, constitution. They had their own government and their own capital. Okay, so basically, they are like one country, but they're kind of like two. You so Austria's was Vienna, that was their capital, and Hungary's was Budapest. Okay. Now, in order to keep the two states together, they had to have a single monarch, so one single king. Now, it just so happened that Francis Joseph, the guy right there you see right, that old man with that really nice mustache and chops, you gotta admit, that's pretty awesome. Um, it just so happened that he was both the emperor of Austria and the king of Hungary. Just so happened it worked that way. Thing is, they also had a single army. Okay, so they took soldiers from both sides, made it into one army. They had one foreign policy, to basically, again, how they're going to deal with other countries, and their one financial system. So each country did not have their own money. They basically created a new form of money, so you can go from Austria to Hungary, and you don't have to change dollar bills, things like that. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. So like here, if you go to Canada, the money system is a little bit different, and you may have to pay like a little bit more, or a little bit less, things like that for an item if you use dollar bills. But if you use their money, it tells you straight up, like $1.50, and you can use their money to give $1.50. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. Here's a question. If we, the United States, had to merge with either Mexico or Canada, which country do you think we would work with better, and why? That's the key part of this. Why? Why would you say we would work better with Canada, or we would work better with Mexico? Why? Okay, so think to yourself, what does each country really bring us? Who would we get along with better? Which country would basically um, merge easily with us? Would it be Canada up north, or would it be Mexico in the south? So what do you think? Okay, so be sure, like I put in there, provide some logical explanation. Don't just put, oh, because you know it's easy, you know, to merge with Mexico because they're nice. No, no, that's not logical. Think logically, okay, guys? Which country would we get along with better that we could easily merge with? Which one do you think, Mexico or Canada? Okay, so pause the video, think about it, really think about it, and then answer. Okay, so the notes are going to start in 3, 2, 1. All right, now here's the thing. Some Hungarians had become independent nations. Okay, the compromise with Austria didn't give them the satisfaction to the citizens as they had expected it might do. Some felt a sense of nationalism. Remember, now nationalism is basically you feel proud about your country, you're ecstatic about it. Yes, we're the greatest, thing like that. Nationalism is good, but too much is bad. Okay. Now, Austria-Hungary was now a large and powerful country, and they could basically be independent. They had to rely on anybody to have their backs. Um, Now, again, it's always good to have backup. It's always good to have somebody to support you, but sometimes it's not necessary. And Austria-Hungary became one of those countries where they didn't necessarily need anybody's help. They could take care of themselves. So if they got attacked from anywhere around them from that map, you can see it right there, from Germany, Italy, Romania, Czechoslovakia, they could fight back. They weren't going to be a pushover. Okay. So that's the end of this lesson. So hopefully you learned something new. Make sure you put your name on your paper, and when you go into class, be sure to turn it into the basket. Do not give it to me. Do not put it on my desk. It will get lost, and you will lose those points. Okay? Do not put it on my desk. For some reason, you guys are starting to put it on my desk. Okay? Turn it into the basket. Okay? So that's it. Again, hopefully you learned something new. All right, you guys have a good day. Take care and be safe.